Who
I
is
just
that?
want to put my face in her titties and just live there.
I started recording already. I hope that's okay.
No!
Okay,
Not okay, delete
okay,
that.
okay.
Let me turn off my AC. I'm drinking cold pressed mineral juice. Pretty good.
I'm eating a kiwi.
Oh, you're
Very
healthy.
cool.
Your hair looks fabulous.
You look fabulous. It is in the middle of a global pandemic right now, and you're all made up. You look like you are ready for life, you know?
I am. I'm always ready for life.
I haven't taken a shower in weeks. I'm just a
Okay.
depraved man.
I just took a shower for the first time in a couple days today for this.
That's inspiring. That's great. That's an inspiration to everyone. Porn performer Halle Hayes. Holly Hayes or Halle Hayes?
I used to go by Holly Hayes, but everyone kind of just pronounces it as Hallie, so you know.
So you don't care. You're okay with it being Halle now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it does look more like Hallie, Halle, because people think Holly as in Hollly. So
Ah, I see.
whatever.
What are you drinking? What is that?
It's this bomb ass green juice from Sprouts. It's way too
Oh,
expensive, but sometimes I like to get it like every other day if I'm hungover or something, because
mm.
it really like brings you back to life.
What does it have in it?
It has pears, celery, apples, kale, spinach, and lemons. How do they get lemons?
Interesting.
I just
I
like
feel.
imagine just throwing whole lemons into it.
I mean, does it say lemon juice or like a lemon with
It just
peel? There's a lemon. There's a fucking lemon. Chopped cucumber, chopped kale, and an entire lemon. Okie dokie. Let's get to some serious questions, man. Why did you get into porn in the first place?
Why? I've never been
Yes.
like that. Usually it's like how. That's a good question. Why did I get into porn? Um, I wanted to be my own boss.
Hmm.
Um, I wanted to be sexy all the time. Um, I think I've always been somewhat of a maybe not like full-fledged nymphomaniac, but I think somewhat of a nymphomaniac because I've always, ever since I can remember, like I've always been very perverted in a way
Mm-hmm.
that like other people weren't. So I honestly feel like I can just express myself in porn. Like I've never felt, I mean, not to say I've never felt nervous on a set before, but like my first couple of shoots, it the sex wasn't really getting me nervous. You know, it was kind of just like
Really?
very natural. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You weren't worried about the cameras or anything?
No. Fuck no. Only thing I was really worried about was like, oh, is the male talent gonna think I'm hot or whatever? Like I wasn't
Oh.
worried about like, oh my god, this is gonna be on the internet for the rest of my life. Like it was
Like it was just the male talent you were worried about, not the people with the cameras, not the director.
well, I mean, obviously, I well, not worried. I was like maybe, and it wasn't even like intimidated. It was just like when you're thrown into such a new environment, your brain kind of doesn't know what to do with that, you know. So it
Mm.
was just that feeling of like it was like a rush of excitement and like nervousness and like uh I don't know, like I just didn't feel that nervous when I did, you know, my first shoot or whatever.
What did it look like? What does a porn shoot look like in general? I mean, does it just look like any film shoot or?
People think that when you go onto a porn set, it's just gonna be like a dude getting his dick sucked in the corner, like fucking naked women running around, like lingerie everywhere, like
That's not what it's like?
doing coke everywhere. I mean, maybe on some sets that's what it's like, but
What's it actually like? I want to know now.
it is very at least the sets that I've been on. Again, I'm a newbie. I don't know. I'm sure people do coke. in the bathroom while we're filming.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, on all the sets I've been on, it's really, really cut and dry. You go, you get your makeup done, your hair done. They pull up your test and make sure that you have a uh 2 week test. So if you shoot like for pretty much for all the companies, no one really takes like a 1 month old test, but you have to be 2 weeks recently tested or tested recently within 2 weeks. So they check that, and then
So you have to have like paperwork.
yes, you do paperwork. Yeah, yeah, and then you have to give them your IDs, your social security, and you have to take pictures with those. And then after that stuff, you go and you take like oh, it's a very long day. What I'm saying is it's very like structured and organized, and it's not just like you go on and you fuck. Like that's not what happens at all.
They have like a full crew list. Like they have a person with a schedule. They have like,
Full crew, yeah, yeah, yeah. Not like a
okay,
full crew in like a movie set. Like it's not like Hollywood. Like I don't know how many people are in a crew in Hollywood. I've never been on a movie set, but it's I'd imagine it's like that, but just on a smaller scale. There's usually like depending on the scene, the crew can be like six or anywhere from like 3 to like 6 or 7 people. I don't really think I've seen
okay.
like crews bigger than that. Yeah, so
So,
that's general. Yeah.
so it's a small group of people, and you walk in, and what's the first thing that happens? Like, have you already talked to them ahead of time about what's in the scene and what your limits are?
Oh yeah. When your agent books you, they say this is like a cream pie scene, this is an animal scene, this is the website, like and then usually like I always look at the website before. But usually like I mean you can book for anything, but like the sites that I'm booking for now, they're pretty like professional. So like I don't really have to like worry about anything crazy. Like maybe when I was like not signed to an agency yet and I was like self booking or whatever, like I would get crazy ass like stuff. But like now it's like Brazzers or like Porn Fidelity or like Reality Kings or Bank. You know what I mean? It's like those websites where you get it and you're not like, oh my god, like this is gonna be a crazy scene. Like I need to express
What do you
like
mean by crazy? Like, you mean it's more organized, you know what's going on, it's professional? Like,
well, like in regards to your question, you said that like do they discuss limitations or whatever.
right, yeah.
So with that, I mean, the other talent typically does do this, but also like when you book for these companies like this, like Browsers, Bang Bros, Reality Kings, whatever, whatever, they're not doing anything that's that insane that like you would be like, oh, I can't work for them or whatever. If you know what I mean, like
I feel.
yeah, yeah.
How long have you been in porn?
I've been in porn since October, so I'm bad at everything that has to do with calculating. So October,
November,
November,
December. So it's been like 8 months.
April, May, June. 8 months minus the last fucking 4 months. We haven't gotten to shoot anything.
For 4 months?
Like 3 months with
Um,
fucking Corona. Yeah.
how does a sex worker make money during quarantine?
OnlyFans, Sex Panther, Loyal Fans, Avian Stars.
What do you do on these websites?
They're all subscription sites.
So they
Or
subscribe for what?
they subscribe to see your content, whatever you post, for a certain price. And that's how that works. And you can also webcam. I've been doing a lot of webcam. I webcam on CamSoda.
Okay.
Camsoda.com/Halle Hayes. But I webcam on CamSoda a lot. And Sex Panther is like I've never used it before, but I do have an account, but I haven't used it yet. But it's like basically a sex phone chat line. So they call you. your fans can text you, call you, and
Interesting.
yeah, yeah, it's all pretty good stuff. I mean, it's honestly, quarantine has been like a blessing in that way because I have learned to build more of like a fan base and build my OnlyFans where you have like these paying fans that aren't just like watching your mainstream form, but they will come and watch like your personal stuff. So it's really
Mm. That's nice because it's like they're there for you personally rather than just
exactly. Rather than just
the
rather than
stuff that you're in.
yeah, rather than just being on the website and seeing like a new performer, like they're actually like, oh, I like Halle, I want to go see.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever do like private session things on like the webcam sites? Like on Cam Soda?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. There's private. Well, I have to teach you a little bit how webcamming works. So typically, the format is you have a chat room, and
Okay.
a person can purchase tokens. Tokens equal a certain dollar amount, and
Yep,
basically,
yep.
the girl just does things for tokens, right? And there's an option to go private, and that's basically you are taken into a different server, and all the fans on your other server just see like a screen that says like you're busy or whatever, or you're offline right now, and then you do the private for however long that other person wants. And typically in a private, like you do have to tip before you go to one because the person, the performer is losing all of the
Mm,
fans from the main thing. So yeah,
I
but
see.
private rooms are good. They're really good.
Do you ever get any really bizarre requests? I don't want to like kink shame, but there are some things people are into where it's funny that they'd be into that. Not that I'm judging them, but
I get a lot of fart fetish stuff. Um,
really,
yeah, I mean, hey,
that's interesting.
people are into what they're into, and I have a big ass, so I see why people
Is that the reason?
I would be targeted for such things.
Targeted.
I don't mean it in a bad way, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
no,
I
I don't
get a
want
lot
to judge them.
I get a lot of foot fetish people, which is not really like weird at this point. I feel like foot fetishes
Nah.
are a lot more common than we think.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, let me think. Do I get
What do
bizarre
they make you do? Do they make you? Where do they make you fart?
what
This
say?
is the
Where?
worst. Like, do they say like, "I want you to frickin' open that window over there and fart at
I,
the passerbys," or is
it
it
would
like,
be nice if they were that. Oh, fart at the passerbys. I thought you meant like fart out the window. I was like, it would be nice if they would have my feelings in their
uh,
conscious that much, but
do they make you do it at the camera?
yeah, just into the camera, just into the camera. Some guys like the pussy fart. What do they call it?
Mm.
The
Queefs.
queefs. Yeah, some guys are into that.
Yes.
But hey, like people
Queefs.
are into what they're into. I'm into some weird shit too.
Yeah, yeah,
Good.
no. Absolutely, absolutely. I hope this isn't coming off wrong. But if someone gets angry and they comment, "Hey, bro, both my parents have fart fetishes, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for that."
Then fucking delete this shit.
Do you have any pot? I'm gonna smoke some pot right now. Settle down, relax. Let's just chill, you know?
I have like a little roach.
Porn performer Halle Hayes getting her roach. That sounds disgusting. As in part of a joint, not as in a cockroach.
Shut up! Stop talking about cockroaches.
Let's do cheers to something. Let's do it. What do you say?
Cheers to a new chapter in LA and
A new
in life. Because things really are changing in the world, I think. Oh,
I try to be optimistic.
you have to be. You have to be. If we weren't optimistic, we would for surely be pessimistic.
Those are deep words.
It's so weird. Not me. It's this.
It just makes me think like either life's an open door or it's a closed door, you know?
Fuck, this is really good weed. What is this shit called? I forgot. My friend got it for me though today, and I want some more.
What if you're like, oh yeah, crack?
Like, I knew there was something more in there. No, I'd be sweating.
Yo, have you ever done any other psychedelic drugs?
I have. I've done acid before.
Really? You've done acid before? That's such news. You've done acid? Yo, what's your acid experience?
It was phenomenal. I felt like it opened my brain. It opened my brain up to new parts of the universe.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to describe like an acid trip, you know, because it's very, first of all, it doesn't make any sense, or at least physically, like, because you're kind of like traveling through different dimensions and just experiencing all these different emotions. So it doesn't like logically make sense because you're in so many different things at this one time. But I did it with an ex-boyfriend, and it was fun. We did it in his bedroom, and we got tacos, and we just tripped out for like 8 hours until his parents came home, and then I was like, "Fuck, your dad's gonna find out we did acid." He's like, "No, he'll be okay."
How old were you?
This is when I was like 18, 19.
Okay. And you saw other parts of the universe, you feel like?
Yeah,
It was like spiritual journey kind of thing?
It showed me it showed me that we are all connected to the universe, and we are all in alignment with each other, and we're all connected to each other on a deeper level than we know, or that we think we know. I went to a past life, and I don't know if I told you this before, but it's new to the viewers. I was like an old Victorian lady, or I guess she was a young Victorian woman, but I was a young Victorian woman, like rich, like royal, in my past life, and I was like, that makes sense.
Did you literally see all this as a movie, or was it like a inner sense?
As a fucking movie. And
really?
Then I went into another life where I was like a, what is it, like a 60s like rockabilly chick or something. I was at like a drive-through movie theater. I tripled my words when I smoked weed. With like a boyfriend or something, but it was definitely like one of my top 10 experiences in life. I recommend everyone to try it once. It's fucking good shit, man. It's really good shit. Like it's really, it's great.
You feel like you're a new person now?
I did after the experience, and I do think that trip has like followed me. I think it really did change my whole perspective in life. Like, yeah, it really did.
You interpret it as those really were your past lives, and you think those were real people who had your soul long ago.
Absolutely. Because why could that not be a possibility? I mean, I don't know. I always feel like I have like a mature soul or spirit or something. And I think it's definitely a possibility that I could have lived a couple of lives. I think everyone probably could have lived a couple of lives, you know?
Yeah. But sometimes you meet people who like, they just have a sense where they seem much older than they are. You know, there's some kids who seem like they've lived many lives and they've been through some shit. And I think some of them just have been through some shit in their present life, and that's why. But other times it's like they were just born wise, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm always torn with stuff like that. It's like I want it to be that it was your past life, but then at the same time, there's that skeptical, like reductionist part of me that thinks that was just your mind projecting, like based on your knowledge. You know about Victorian era, you know about people in the '60s, and it's like a dream.
I think that the world is too magical for that. I
You
really
think
do.
so? Where do you see the magic in the world?
Um,
I'm gonna
just
open my mind to it right now.
just in the fact that like everything happening, the fact that like we still have all of our limbs, you know what I mean, is kind of a miracle. Like think about all the things that you've been through in your life and you still like ended up in this moment, and everything is kind of, I mean, like water, like our natural source of life, like it falls from the sky sometimes. That's a fucking like magical thing, you know? There's so much.
Mm.
I really
Like
do.
it all
Like
fits together. Is that what you're saying? You know, it's like
all,
this clock.
it perfectly fucking fits together perfectly.
Hmm.
And everything has a meaning. Everything has a job, you know, in creating the universe, and no event or scenario goes without like like uh it just doesn't go without meaning, you know. It's
What do you mean
always,
by meaning? I mean, I feel like we construct meaning out of things. Like, how are you using that word?
well, everything happens for a reason. So with that ideal, uh everything then has to have meaning, you know, even the things that we don't
But
have.
what do you? I don't want to be annoying, but like you keep saying things have meaning or they don't have meaning. I
Mm.
mean, what exactly does it even mean to have meaning? Like, isn't meaning? Do you think meaning is something that exists out there, or do you think meaning is something that we construct in here and our defining of what's out there for our own selves?
Mm, wow, you hit me with that one.
It sounds
I'm
like
like
you. It
low
sounds
key
like you mean
perplexed
something
right now.
bigger. It sounds to
Ah,
me like you mean something divine, something or something magical or
oh,
conscious or
that gives things meaning, or
yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you when you
um, I
okay,
believe, I believe in the spiritual realm. I believe in God. I believe God is a part of the spiritual realm. I believe in the nature of the universe, just everything kind of in that spirituality kind of ideology. And then I am religious. I do believe in God, as in Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
So there's that too.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you were so you're a Christian.
Yes. Well, not in that super religious sense where I'm like homophobic and racist and like
Oh, I wouldn't assume that.
not in the Bible sense, because I do believe the Bible has some corruptions, but as in believing in a divine spirit that is bigger than
Hmm.
all of us, I do consider it God. Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like if Jesus himself came back and he was somewhere in Arkansas, he'd probably just get yelled a racial slur and get beaten up. Like
Yes. Yes.
by yeah. But that I don't want to paint too broad of a stroke. Obviously, that's not all Christians. It's
Hmm.
not you.
Hmm.
But you believe Jesus was the Son of God and that Jesus was crucified and was resurrected.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I believe, yeah, I just all of that. Don't want to get too deep into it. I know it turns off some people, but I absolutely think that my life has gotten like 1,000% better since I started following. Because I,
Jesus.
yeah, because I feel like like people are always like, I think I told you this the other night. People are always like, how can you be in porn and believe in God? And I was like, how
Yeah,
could I be
yeah.
in porn and not believe in God? Like, I would get swallowed up by this shit. But like, there's like, I believe there's a force greater than me, and I get omens. Like when bad situations come up, I really believe that I get omens from God to tell me not to do like bad shit.
But then the
And
skeptic says that you interpret things as omens because you have something in you that has an intuition that something bad's about to happen, and that's your way of warning yourself.
well, I just didn't listen to it before, and I feel like
Yeah.
after like deciding to follow God, I started to listen to it, and it just I need water. Hold on. It just,
This is an awesome conversation. We're killing it.
Yeah, we are. This is fun. Well, whenever, do you want to really delve into this? I don't know how deep you want to go.
Yeah, I do want to delve into this stuff. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, whenever something monumental in my life has happened in the past, I always dream of a number, a 4-digit number.
Yeah.
And I always wake up remembering it. So there was like a real bad thing that happened where he was possibly about to kill me. So that night before shit really went down, I had a dream of a number. I forget what number it was. It was like 1447 or something or whatever. And I just
Mm-hmm.
typed it in just to see. And what popped up was
Type in where?
typed it into Google.
Okay.
And what popped up was angel number, let's just say it's 1447. And then I looked it up, or I clicked it, and then it said, this is like a number from the Bible, da 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 da. If you see this number or hear this number consistently or whatever, then it means don't put yourself into unnecessary danger or something like that. And I was like, that is way too coincidental to not be
Yeah.
something.
Wow.
And
Was that on a website?
that was on a website.
Like what website? I'm curious.
I don't remember what website, but like, I don't remember what it was because I literally just typed in the number,
Yeah.
So I could have gotten a lot of shit for that. I didn't think like angel number, whatever. And it's happened one other instance that I don't really care to talk about, but it's happened at one other instance. And I was like, I think God talks to me through like numbers in my dream.
Yo.
I really do. I really do.
Have you seen, did you see Dave Chappelle's thing that just came out?
I think it was a wonderful special.
Yeah.
And Black Lives fucking matter. I mean, that's period.
Yeah. I was thinking about comedy in its essence. I don't think it's just laughter. I think it's what it is it's catharsis. It's release of tension. So even though Dave Chappelle wasn't really making people laugh for most of that time, he was, I think, getting something out of people's system.
Yeah, I think so too. It was just really powerful. It was Dave Chappelle. Like I never expected to like see him. But like we have to remember Dave Chappelle's kind of a G because like what did he do? He turned down $10 million and like disappeared for years. Like
yeah, for sure.
So have history with like not giving a fuck. So
I know.
I don't know why I'm surprised.
And I love how, I don't know if I'm really like informed enough to defend like jokes he does that some people are offended by. Like, I don't really want to take a stance either way on that. But I do admire that from his point of view, he's not saying anything wrong. And so when he does get criticized for jokes that other people call transphobic or something, I'm not sure if he's right about this or not, but I do admire that he stands by what he believes and he keeps doing it. He's just like, you know what, I'm going to lean further into the thing that you don't want me to do.
He's just old. Well, but the thing about
He's
Dave
not even that old. He's in his 40s. Like,
yeah, that's it? Fuck.
Yeah, he's 50 at most, or maybe early 50s. Yeah, he acts like he's this wise old man.
I thought he's like in his 60s. not you just like Dave, I love you. Anyways, yeah, no, Dave just knows how to like. He just knows how to fucking talk to people and like get to the root of shit. And I think that's
For
why.
sure.
I think that's why he can be funny, like with really hard subjects, because he just
Yo,
knows. Yeah.
I had a dream where he became the president. It wasn't that bad of a dream.
You said it wasn't good, but it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad of a dream. Because here's the thing, he does appeal to Republicans and Democrats. Like, it's pretty amazing that he can shit on Trump and still have Republicans who are like, yeah, I love Dave Chappelle. Like, he has that crossover appeal. People know he's real. People know he's honest. And that's what sort of crosses partisan lines. This is a dude saying his perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think who would make a good president? Honestly, I don't know if I believe in president.
Presidents?
Anyways, let's scratch that whole sentence. I don't know if I believe in like Republican, Democrat, presidents, government, all this shit. Like, I think these people are all very bad. I think there's probably not like a good president. Like,
Of course not.
I just don't believe in like the left wing, right wing shit. I kind of am just like indifferent because I just know there's a lot of fucked up shit going on behind the scenes. You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
The pay in porn is really good and it's better than any other job I've ever had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, do you think I could get paid to do some weird random fucking fetish thing where it's like I don't even have to do anything? It's just,
I'm sure you could.
how do you track those things down? If someone's just like, yeah, I like seeing mixed race people fucking staple things, I could just I'd just be like, yo, I'm your guy. So to be the top of that niche, you know, just be like, then people in porn are like, Tristan Varma, yeah, the mixed race stapler fucker.
Oh shit. Tristan Varma. Okay. Yeah. That would be really ideal, right? I'm sure there's a lot of things that people could do, but I mean, I feel like people do. Can you hear me? That's my.
How does one get into porn? Is it easy to just casually get into it a little bit? Like what web?
In, slip out when you're ready. Just dip back and forth every once in a while.
Is this an innuendo? Where are we going with this?
I don't know. I'm just saying that's not like that. I feel like it's not how it would work. No, I mean but how much do you want to be important? Do you want to shoot for mainstream companies? Do OnlyFans? Because anyone can do that. You know what I mean? And fairly successful OnlyFans or like website or do their own porn and not necessarily work for main companies. You know.
Well, how do you start a brand for OnlyFans? I mean, would you have an audience there? Would you have an audience if you hadn't done porn elsewhere?
If you have like another account that has a following, like if you have an Instagram that has a following or a Twitter or I don't know, fucking Patreon, like if you have a following, there's money regardless.
Thing is, hypothetically, if I were to do the porn thing, I wouldn't want to connect it to the comedy thing. Like, no way and fuck. Like, that's a different pseudonym, different name. I dye my hair. I'd make myself a new person. And I do some freaky shit so no one would want to say that they saw me in it because then they'd have to admit that they were watching the freaky shit.
It's going to be that bad that they can't even...
It's just going to be so random. So, like, I saw Tristan in this...
People are going to be like, forget Tristan. Why were you on that website?
Exactly. Like, yeah, so Tristan was in that diaper just standing there with the clown makeup on. Like, whoa, George. Buddy.
What's been going on with Karen at home? What are you doing?
Is the marriage okay, buddy? I mean...
Oh, fuck. Oh, my fucking God.
Hold on. Wait. So what would I do? What do I do? All right. So let's say I got this OnlyFans, right? It's just me on there. How do I get an audience in the first place? Should I start a Twitter? Do I start posting me with the stapler on like Instagram and be like winky face, hashtag stapler fetish? How do I start?
I low-key feel like I have a stapler fetish because that is so satisfying. That it's great. Anyway,
Wow. We really learned something today. I was joking. I pulled that out of nowhere.
OnlyFans is not easy to do.
Uh-huh. You're doing
Honestly,
pretty well there, aren't you?
yeah, but it took me a very long time. Like I've had my OnlyFans for like 2 years now, I think. And the first year I didn't make like any money on it. It took a long time to figure out the algorithm and like work.
You're toying with your microphone, I think.
Oh,
Something's touching something. Yeah.
but
So
yeah.
it took a while for you to get somewhere on it. And
Mhm.
do you agree that you wouldn't have gotten as far if you hadn't already done porn for like Brazzers and you weren't on Pornhub and stuff?
Yeah, probably not. But I mean, I started making money with it before porn too. Um,
Okay.
like not a lot, but definitely like you know, good.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna think while leaning in this direction a little bit more. Thinking before porn, did you do anything else? Had you done any sex-related things at that point?
I stripped for
Mm. Ooh, you have a whole new view of life that other people don't have. Do you know that? You've seen people for what they really are. Do you have any stories? Any
You say
stories?
that, but that you don't know how fucking true that shit is. You really see like the soft white underbelly of fucking people. It's crazy.
Of suburban America. John is a corporate lawyer by day, but by night, this is what he says to you while you give him a lap dance.
Oh,
What have you
that's
seen? What have you seen? I have no idea. Don't trust me. I can't accurately joke about this. Tell me a story. Come on.
I've seen fucking everything. Guy that came into the strip club and he pepper sprayed
Fuck?
in the area and they had to evacuate the
Was this
club.
a cop?
No, it was just some fucking guy. He came in because
Really?
I remember I went up to him and he said like, "Get the fuck away from me, bitch," or something like that. And I was like, "Whoa, man! Like, just say you don't want to dance. You don't have to do all that." But then after,
Was he a Christian fundamentalist?
shut the fuck up. After like a couple minutes, like I walked around the club more, but I started like choking. Like I started going like, what the fuck? And then everyone was kind of freaking out, and they're like, "This dude fucking pepper sprayed." So then I had to go in the locker room. You know, people had to like go outside. It was crazy. Like there was a girl there that had like severe
Wow.
asthma or something, and she's like got
Oh, gosh.
yeah, she had to
Oh,
leave.
that's horrible.
It was, yeah, motherfucker pepper sprayed. But I know that's not like a fun story that you want to hear. You probably want to hear
No, that
something
is
more like
fun. Wait. Why did he do that? I mean, that's not something that I've ever
because he's a
encountered.
fucking psycho. Like I think he was just psycho. Like this was in San Francisco too. Like you get weirdos in SF.
Who is San Francisco? Hmm.
That was so cool though. Stripping in San Francisco, I liked it more than stripping in Vegas. Before stripping, I worked fast food a lot. Actually, I worked at IHOP. I worked at Wendy's. And I was a waitress, so I was a waitress when I looked like this for a little bit, so it was definitely a fun experience.
You got a lot of tips.
um yeah.
Had you had a plastic? Yes. Let's see. Was it a no or a yes? Let me think. Yes, definitely. You got in
What?
plastic surgery at that point.
Yes, at that point I had my boobs and my butt done.
Okay. What made you decide to do that?
Surgery, money.
In porn?
More senior. And then confidence too. It makes you feel better.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Maybe I should get one of those fucking dick pills, you know?
What am I doing right now? What time is
So I can have confidence. Hey, what's just the funniest fucking thing that happened in stripping?
the funniest thing. Um, Funniest thing. A really fun thing that happened was my
Hmm?
first money shower.
What's
Um,
that?
you get showered with money. So there was a
Oh,
guy that came and threw $200 at me in one. So it was a really cool money shower, and all the girls like helped pick up my money, and it's a nice fucking feeling to
did they
be
share it
naked.
with you?
Fuck no, that was mine.
What? They
Because
helped you pick what?
no, I was on stage myself, and they like he tipped me because he
So that
liked.
was his. Oh my God, how rich is this guy?
Well, I mean, fucking Bay Area, that shit's expensive out there. They have a little bit of money,
Hmm.
but stripping is very up and down because it's emotional. Because if you have a bad night, you feel like shit. But if you have a good night, like you feel like you're on top of the fucking world. It's like a high.
Yo, same with stand-up comedy.
Really? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah. You feel like you're hot shit. You maybe make a lot of money. Um, Everyone's trying to
Well,
talk to
I
you.
think you've probably made much more money from stripping than I have from stand-up.
Yeah. Well, now, yeah. In your interview of me interviewing you.
All right, you're attuned to other people's sexuality more than the average person is, correct?
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
can you, or
Mm.
wait. What was the question? Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
You just did a whole fucking false.
Na, 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 na. Oh, how can people tell if someone wants to fuck them?
Usually, if someone wants to fuck you and they just that's what they want to do, they'll come out to you about it, or they'll give you very obvious signs.
Not true.
Not everyone, but I'd say most people. Like, if a guy wants to fuck me, he's gonna tell me it, and if I want to fuck someone, I'm just gonna tell them that I want to fuck them.
Most people
But
are
I,
not upfront. I think
yeah, but also it's in the body language too. Like you have
there you
to,
go. How do you read the body language?
well, you gotta learn from experience. If someone is like open towards you, if someone's talking to you and crossing their arms like that, means they're not
Hmm.
interested. You know,
Hmm.
someone if someone is like totally open, my mic is switching over. If someone's like standing like this and they're like, yeah, yeah, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Obviously they want to fuck. Like it's so easy. Like after you get like, and then
Yeah.
someone will give you cues. Either they'll like say you're in a group of people talking, everyone's talking. If that person keeps staring at you like a certain way, that means they want to fuck. Or, you know what I mean? Have you ever
Oh,
had?
but sometimes it's hard to tell. I'm like, does she
No,
want to fuck me or is she just think I'm weird? Or is she trying to figure out what race I am? Like, I don't know.
I think those are like insecurities that you're projecting though,
Oh,
because
shit.
it's really not what it is at all. Like it's just someone like, oh,
Or actually, I feel like some of the time it's I was staring at her, but then convinced myself that I hadn't done that. And then she's staring at me because I was staring at her. And then I'm like, oh shit, she's checking me out.
okay. In those instances, probably her just like, what's wrong with you? Why are you staring at me? But in
Some,
all,
oh, it's hard. I don't know. It's difficult, man.
well, don't stare at people. Just
I don't,
look. They'll meet your look. I'm so serious. the eyes are the fucking windows to the soul. It's so true.
So if a girl's staring at me, she wants to fuck me.
Yeah. If she looks at you in the eyes directly and holds it, yeah, definitely.
I'm thinking about this.
I'm not saying to go run and like fuck her right there, but I'm just saying that is a very clear innuendo from women that like, oh, I'm definitely.
Innuendo. Yeah. I see what you mean.
And guys will just get boners when they're talking to you.
No, I've never done that. Even with girls I found really hot, I've never just gotten a boner on the spot unless she touches me. Then there's a possibility.
Guys would be like obvious about it. Like honestly, all the guys that I've like met in public, like I've met a couple guys at like the gym,
Who recognize you?
no, who just want to like fuck me and
Oh.
not yet, who just want to like fuck me. Just like say it, like
They say it?
maybe, yeah, like maybe I get their number, or whatever, or maybe I give my number and.
Oh, that's scary though. How do you just walk up to the girl you just want to fuck? Or the guy you just want to fuck? It goes any direction.
By letting down your fucking walls and just doing the damn thing. Like stop thinking about it. Just go and do it. I'm so
That's your philosophy for life, ain't it?
Yeah, go and do the damn thing. There's no point in like worrying about the past or your past mistakes or the past fears or whatever. Like you just have to like be the person that you want to be. Just fuck it. Just people are people. Like everyone's thinking the same shit. Everyone feels the same shit. Like why is it so hard for us to talk to one another openly? You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's an issue of communication.
Mm-hmm.
And that gets in the way of well, I'm not sure what's the connection here, because you said two things. There's a communication issue and doing what you want to do in life.
Well, I mean, with the communication issue, I'm just saying that people like they hold back for no reason. You know, like everyone has not everyone, but like a lot of people have these walls that like hide who they really are because they're like afraid.
Oh,
Because
I see.
yeah, and you
Oh, I get it now.
need to drop them, and then shit becomes so much more
I
freeing.
see. So we have walls which hold us from being ourselves, and if we're not ourselves, we're not really communicating, because it's not us communicating. It's this image that we put up.
And then usually it's not even a great image.
Yeah, well, we hang out back here in the sunken place, all repressed, but then we have that image walking around.
Yeah. So you just need to. That's why I'm like silly. I'm goofy. Like I'm just like a fun person. Like I don't care about this like super like hot girl image or whatever. Like I'm just like myself, and it's it's good. Delete that part. I do carry around a hot girl image. But that's don't need to know. Delete this.
You can decide later what you want to delete.
Okay. You just need to fucking do it. Don't think like, is this gonna go wrong? Is this gonna go right? Just do it. If you want to fuck that person, if you want to be with that person, whatever, you have to do it because life is too fucking short. And at the end of the day, you're gonna look back and be like, why didn't I just do that? Why didn't I just take a chance? I never knew what would have happened.
Yeah, fuck. I'm full of regrets.
Well, just accept them and move on.
Yeah, I gotta move on, but now I'm done with college. Now I'm just thinking about, man, when I was in high school in this one class, there was this girl who would just stare at me like a lot. Like once I counted the number of times she would just look at me over the course of 5 minutes, 10 times. So once every 30 seconds, she would look at me.
Not real.
Yes, it is real. It is real. Every 30 seconds, she would look at me. I wasn't looking at her. I was paying attention. I recorded my eye to see if she'd look at me. Every 30 seconds she was. And a couple times I asked her if she wanted to meet up sometime, and she always didn't want to. And it was so frustrating. And I felt like she was into me, but she was holding herself back.
And she didn't want to. That sounds weird. Um, well, what did you? Sometimes, I mean,
And then she posted something on Twitter that was along the lines of like being afraid and like,
oh, okay. Well, then yeah. Then if you read, usually your intuition is correct. I'd say like 95% of the time. So if it was like your gut feeling, like she's not turning me down because she doesn't like me, she's turning me down because she's kind of like, I don't know, maybe insecure or just awkward. She just doesn't know like how to accept that. Like, you know, then you just move on. There's lots of fish in the sea.
fetishes.
Okay, fetishes. I have like a face sitting fetish. Like I love
Oh
when girls
shit.
face, not like crushing, right? But
You like
just
when
like,
girls sit on your face.
oh yeah, oh my god, it's amazing.
Ooh, is it the physical feeling? Is it a psychological component? What is it?
I don't fucking know what it is, but
Mm.
like just having her there and like just like my view being like her tits and her like pretty face. It's amazing. And then I like doing it just because it feels better than normal like pussy eating. Unless the guy's like really good at this.
So you like having someone sit on your face and you like sitting on other people's faces.
Yes, 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 yes. And I like uh I like BDSM to an extent. I used to be more into it, but now I kind of like more sensual sex. I like passionate sex. Like it
Mm.
wild and animalistic and crazy and like all that shit, but it has to be passionate and like sometimes I feel like BDSM is like not super passionate or maybe it is. Maybe it's the most passionate because you do need a lot of trust between individuals to do some of this stuff. Like I'm talking about like rope bondage or
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
like I mean, yeah. But that's what I look for nowadays in sex. Passion. I mean, I want it to be wild and crazy and fun, but I want it to be passionate too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gone are the days where I just want like well, of course I want like rough sex sometimes, but like I don't really want like just like bang, bang, bang. Okay, I'm like that's it. Like I want it to be like an experience. Like I want to like drink and talk and like do foreplay and like fuck. Like I want it to be like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like cookies, sure, like but not all the time like I
Do you
used to.
still do you still have that passion when it's a shoot, when everything's set up and like
Yes, yes, yes. I feel like I learned that passion from shooting.
really? That's so surprising.
I know it is, but like I had never had sex to the degree that like like the male performers are really really talented. A lot of them are insanely good at their job and they just like sometimes some of them take you to like a different world like and you'll forget you're shooting and it's beautiful and it's like I learned how to do that like through those male performers. Um I've only shot with a couple of girls. I'm sure a lot of girls can take me to different worlds too. But like, but the male performers that I've shot,
AVN.com. Allie Hayes thinks just the male performers take her to a different world. About the female performers, in a degrading side note, she said, I guess could take me into other worlds. Halle Hayes hates women.
literally the media portrays everything. But yeah, you get the fucking idea. I just had a lot of, and I like just how, I don't know, like there's this actor named Manuel Ferreira, and he's just, I mean, he's won like male performer of the year like 5 years in a row. This dude's like the OG. Anyways, when he starts a scene, like when he looks at you, like his eyes change, like they get like intense, and I'm like the first time I talked with him, I was like, holy shit, your eyes are like like intense all of a sudden. But this, it was just like incredible, the like switch, and I was just like fuck. And then I don't know, I started like doing it, and I don't know, I can't wait to
What
fucking.
was that switch? Was it like we're in like primal mode now? Was it like
Yeah, kind of.
I own you, I'm going to attack you?
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
Everything, all of those like intense feelings like into one look, and I got so wet. It was so fucking good.
That was the
In my
scene. What's the name of the scene? People are going to want to look this up now.
deeper, Caden Cross, they shoot for Vixen. It's a really like upscale porn brand. I was honored to fucking shoot for them. But anyways, deeper, Manuel Ferreira, Halle Hayes. Okay. Yeah, no, he's cool though.
Yeah. Well, gee golly gosh, man, we should do this again.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, this is we got through a lot of shit.
What's up, guys? That was a great interview. I did a great job. I'm the best fucking interviewer this side of the Mississippi. If you want to see more content, you should subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button next to the subscribe button so that you get notified when there's more videos. Like, comment, yeah.